My name is Scott Baranek. I'm a certified prosthetist, amputee from Bremer Prosthetics. We're here at Daytona International Speedway, and we are here to do a triathlon race to create awareness for amputees.
And I'm Nate Capa. I'm a certified prosthetist from Bremer Prosthetics. Here we did a triathlon, and we're just so excited to talk about it.
The amputees are less than 1% of the population, and it's a population that we work closely with. And one thing that we noticed is that when we do these races, people who don't know much about the amputee population, they ask a lot of questions about that stuff. Because amputees are less than 1% of the population, we believe that the expectation for amputees are way too low, or in some occasions unrealistic. They may think all amputees are Paralympic athletes or just in wheelchairs. The journey to recovery after an amputation is a long one as well. People don't get to see other amputees and where they are during the rehab process and what those obstacles are, so trying to create a network where people can see, hey, if these guys can do this, then and my expectations are too low and I'm thinking that I won't be able to return to work or walk without an assistive device. Our goal is to get their quality of life back to where it was prior to the amputation, to help them realize you're not going to be there in 6 months, but after 2 years, those things are attainable, but it takes a lot of work, and it takes being surrounded by the right people, and there's just not enough knowledge what that full recovery process is like, and that's where the network comes into play. It's really the mental challenge. It's overcoming the obstacles that you come across. I mean, when you train for a triathlon, you don't train for it in a week. It's months of training. We're here to try to portray to everyone else is that losing a limb, it creates a lot of challenges in life. And if you put your mind to things, you can overcome those obstacles. So the race is something that draws attention, where people will look at it and focus on what we're doing.
So to be able to go out to some bigger events that are, or maybe even smaller events in different places, we start to meet new networks, people that have different energy, different experiences. It's just a way to kind of keep expanding and getting our message out there.
We just want to continue to do races at different venues. As we mentioned, the challenges that we were faced with by going to an unfamiliar place, we just think it's another way to continue to, I mean, it's about growth and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. That's where you find growth. So by going to different events that we haven't been before, we believe that we're going to continue to find different challenges. What we liked about triathlons, it was 3 different sports. It was swimming, running, and cycling. Maybe you're sitting home and you're watching this video and you're thinking, I've worn a prosthesis for a couple years and I wanted to run. If there's a way to reach us through our network and you have any questions, we'd love to answer questions. Doesn't mean you have to do a whole triathlon, or maybe you want to get on a bike. What was that like? We're doing 3 different things here. And if you're somewhere where you have questions and no one to ask, please ask. We want to share information as well. We tell our patients all the time, you need to set small goals for yourself. It's important so that you're just not focused on the fact that I can't walk without an assistive device yet, or I can't run, or whatever those things are. You're on an island during this rehabilitation because you don't have an opportunity usually to interact with a lot of other amputees, so you can get caught up in that. So whether you're training for a race or you're in physical therapy, you need that positive energy so that that's where you learn to get that mental strength to overcome those obstacles.
Exercise is a fundamental thing. It's part of who we are. Staying active, being engaged in your life, those things, they're not luxurious benefits. They're not things that should be outside the norm. With the pool of people that need a prosthesis being so small, what it would cost isn't even a blip on the radar. Every person in this country who needs a prosthesis could have a running leg, and it wouldn't even change the healthcare costs one bit.
They call a running prosthesis a luxury item. For one, running in the middle of your tibia or bearing weight at the end of your tibia is never a luxury. It's something that a person endures, and they endure it because their physical health and their mental health benefit from it. It's a natural form of human locomotion. And you're denying people that, and it is insulting when you make people feel like when they're asking for basic needs to do things that every human does, when you belittle them by telling them they're asking for too much. The message that's been in this whole journey to get us to where we are at this point is the talk of the fear of the unknown. It's hard to picture yourself doing something that you can't do, putting yourself in a situation where you can actually do it and have that success. And we're talking about overcoming the fear of the unknown. That first step, that just jumping in, just going for it and finding out that you can do it. Winning that mental battle is really the key.
And it's not being so afraid of the failure. Because I mean, I know Scott mentioned success, and success is a great measuring tool, but so is failure. I mean, what effort did you put in? How hard did you try? We're not gonna succeed at everything we do the first time.
This is a journey for us to find information to create this network, and I think we definitely found some outlets and some other resources for information. And if we continue to travel to different locations to do these types of things, that's how we're gonna grow. This is an international event, and they do have a para division, so this is something we get to go back and we get to tell our patients about, and it kind of opened our minds. Maybe we just look at bigger international programs that already have resources. I would invite anyone who is an amputee to look into the para division, and I would say this is a great place to come for a race.
We just kind of want to show that if you really set your mind to doing something, that can be the goal that you accomplish. It doesn't have to be a triathlon. It can be living a fulfilled life, really enjoying every single day. If you feel like there's obstacles, if you have questions about how do I get active, how do I ride a bike, how do I get in the water, how do I run, how do I walk, any of those things, engage with your medical team, engage with your prosthetist. Reach out to us at Bremer Prosthetics, whether it's through Facebook or contact us at the offices. Triathlons are great because there is a community and all the people really get together. There are relays, which would be a real fun way to set things up. The idea of doing things as a team also really can do a lot to inspire confidence. We're really trying to bring this small percentage of people together so that they have a community, so that people who have overcome similar challenges can share their resources, can share their dreams. There's inspiration in numbers, there's all these benefits. So please come join us. Shout out to us, give us as much feedback as you can, or tune in and listen to what we have to say, because we're not gonna quit. We're gonna just keep doing it and doing it.